Building downtown, Jay Kelly here, joined us Amy Barton as always. And today's guest is wRAPs incarcerated owner Bryan Slayton. How's it going today, Bryan?
Man, I'm excellent. I'm excellent. How about y'all doing?
Good, good. Glad we get to talk to you. You got quite the fucking story. I mean, people come up with a name for their company or their business, and there's usually something behind the name, but your name, wRAPs, that is quite the friggin' story. Now, there's going to be
Right.
a lot to cover here. And I was thinking about, I'm not sure where the beginning point is, but the one thing I was thinking of when I was just reading something about you on Google, what does it feel like when the judge sentenced you to 239 months in prison?
Oh, hold up.
What goes through your head?
It was more than that. It was 239
Yep.
plus 96 plus 18 running bow-legged. And when I say bow-legged, that means they run it consecutive.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah. And you get to add them numbers up and the calculator quick work.
Well, that's all right if you got a slide rule.
It was okay, but see, the rule is you can't slide. You can't slide. Because in the feds here, I don't know how it is in Canada. I heard how it is in Canada. But if you get 20 years, you got to do 18 years, 6 months, period. I don't care if you Jesus.
Really?
Really?
I didn't know that. I didn't know
85%. 85%.
Huh. I had really no idea.
Yep. 85%.
So, and this, it was conspiracy to distribute cocaine, from what I understand. Is that correct?
Right.
With no co-conspirator.
Here's the deal. When you conspire to even have a conspiracy, you have to conspire with one or two people, one or more person. I don't have a co-defendant.
So messed up, dude. It's so messed up.
Yeah, I don't have a co-defendant. And people like, man, I said, just check it out.
And
Go online and check it out.
It was based off of basically what three people just said. Like they just.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I can cry about it. I mean, it's spoiled. It's spilled milk now. But then I cried about it. These guys were some guys who did a few things in the city that was kind of notorious. They had a police killing.
Whoa.
They had a child killing.
Whoa.
It was a child named Jamaica Porsche. They would look for her for like 7-8 months. And what happened, one of the guys who worked for one of the guys who testified killed the girl, but he kidnapped the daughter, didn't try to kill her, kidnapped the daughter because the mother was holding drugs for him or something, some kind of another. I don't know how it come out of the news. But
wait, this was all in Chattanooga?
Yeah, in Chattanooga. Jamila Porsche. Jamaica Porsche. But they kidnapped the baby, to hold the baby to the mother find where the drugs at. And when they run out the house, you know how your baby hit the head? Well, you don't know how a baby hit the head, but it hit the head on the neck. And it broke the baby's neck.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, all this come out later. Nobody knew who had the baby, where it was, and all that. But it come to find out it was those guys who had it. So they went to trial. They lost in trial. Horrible people. All of them got life. Right? They said, well,
good.
We intercept the phone call. Well, who is this guy right here? He said, oh, that's my brother-in-law. What? Yeah, my brother married to his sister. I said, well, what is him? He said, well, he be dealing. I said, what is he talking about? And my vernacular, so you don't know me, but I'm real young. Don't listen to Amy. But I'm like the 70s. The 70s was my stick. If I could have lived in any time on earth, it would be in the 70s. Because I just like how they talk, how they move. Just togetherness. Everything was just a smooth move. I was like, matter of fact, my name in the 70s would have been Ex-Lax. Because I've been a smooth move. But what was going on was like my vernacular, even now, especially now with Poppingers, nobody know what I'm talking about. Never.
I haven't told Jason about that, but I will.
So when I talked to the guy, I said, man, let me get 5 of them buffalo for 8 demonstrations. He said, what? He said, man, come on down here. Now, this is a black guy who grew up with me in the hood. He didn't know what I was talking about. But when I went to trial, there's a white lady from like Saudi Daisy. That's like the most urban, not urban part of Chattanooga.
Okay.
In Tennessee.
It's like rivers and swamps and shit.
Yeah. And she knew exactly what I'm talking about. I said, well, how do you know what I'm talking about? And the drug dealers don't know what I'm talking about.
No shit.
Well, they found me guilty on their testimony. And I'm like, well, these are the same guys who you said was the worst guys ever. And you gave these guys life.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of those guys got out of jail. One guy got out of jail, shot a guy, paralyzed him,
My
went to
God.
jail, and beat me out again.
Wow.
And these guys got caught with drugs.
So
Yep.
were you associated with these guys in any way before that? Or are they friends, acquaintances?
We grew. They raised me.
Oh,
I was
okay.
a kid under them. And one of the guys married, his brother married to my sister.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, so I knew him.
Okay.
Yeah,
wait, which sister? Or you don't have to say on here if you don't want.
Yeah, Tracy. See, everything is open book. See, I don't feel free. It's not like they can come back with a new case.
No, I know, but I don't want to fuck with Tracy. I don't know if Tracy likes telling the story.
Oh, well, she don't mind. She hated everybody. Man, my sister hated everybody for that.
She even hates you sometimes.
All the time. Not sometimes.
She loves you.
She does. And we had a good time today. My nephew graduated today from building trade school. He's an HVAC and he's a building constructor now. Huh.
Awesome. I'll send you the picture, Jason.
Yeah, this is the first ever graduation I've been to. I didn't even go to mine.
Oh, right. Yeah, because he's been okay, so back up because now you're getting ahead because I was about to be like, he's only been out this long. Okay, so he was married to Tracy. Guy gets shot, he goes back to jail, comes back out, you're still in jail.
Yeah.
Prison. You're in prison.
Prison, not jail, prison.
Okay. So that's where then what?
Then Trump came. I know you hate Trump. And I know Amy don't like this, but I gotta show it to you.
He's just gross. I can't help it.
Trump set a bill out. And this bill was to let prisoners go who were not violent offenders. I was not a violent offender. I mean, nobody got hit with a firecracker, a slingshot, none of that.
Spitballs, none of it.
Yeah, none of it. So, but they throwed us away because they said crack was so devastating and horrible, the worst drug known.
It's the war on drugs, Bryan.
Yeah, it was Nancy Reagan.
Yep.
Just say no.
Yeah. Just say no. Yeah.
Yep.
And now it's crazy because when girls back in the day used crack, back in my day, in the 80s, they looked terrible. They lost their weight. I mean, the pretty girls, If they went to jail for 5 months, 3 months, they came back, they were the prettiest girl in town. Back again. The girls they got now, if you do crystal meth, man, you look like a zombie. And when you come home, you look like a zombie on crack.
Game over. Yep, it's game over. Like,
Jason, I suppose I should mention Jason's in the Toronto metro area, so he's seen his fair share of zombies. He's been a zombie.
Yeah. I mean, you're like, wow, man. And it's a trip because they passed a law for cocaine. Now, cocaine was like, if you got busted with cocaine, you didn't really get that much time. But if you got busted with crack, which was a derivative of cocaine, not original cocaine, not the pure stuff. This was cut. Right. If you add water and powder, it cuts the cocaine. That's how they dropped the law. But they gave us the time for that, and they throwed us away. Now you got people killing and dying every day now about this drug fentanyl and all this stuff. They hadn't changed the law yet.
No shit. It's like the rapper Boosie. I was watching an interview with him recently, and he said he knows people that have been crackheads for 25, 30 years, and they can still get things done. Somebody who does fentanyl a few times, they're fucking dead or addicted for life. Same with meth, right?
Not just fentanyl. They got the meth. They got that poker ball with Michael Jackson died off. And then they got heroin coming back.
Yep.
You know that I had never seen heroin in my whole life until I went to federal penitentiary.
Yeah. You can get everything. And it's crazy. There's more drugs in fucking jail than there's in the street. Like, not quantity wise, but yeah, you can get anything.
Why am I locked up?
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing heroin, and it's crazy. And another thing, I'm kind of jumping over here, but I want to get back on the story. When they send us up when they sentenced us for cocaine, they didn't use cocaine to sentence us. They found us guilty of cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
But what they sentenced us on was whatever this cocaine, say if this cocaine, whatever this way, they equated to marijuana. So if you had a kilo of cocaine, they say, well, that comes up to 10 kilograms of marijuana. And they take you to this guideline of what 10 kilograms of marijuana be, and that's where your guidelines start. Now, if your first offense should be in category 1, second offense category 3, 2, so forth and so on. That's how they sentence us. Now, which I didn't think about it till after Trump got in, they changed the law. They didn't change the law because of Trump, which I thought maybe he had something to do with it also, because I got to give him his props because I'm home now, and I still had 8 more to go. But they legalized marijuana. Now, think about that. If you legalize marijuana, what is the criteria that you use to sentence somebody now?
No kidding.
Because you didn't sentence me on cocaine. You sentenced me on marijuana.
Yeah.
Marijuana. Yep.
So back like you were saying, the way they would differentiate between crack and cocaine, even though crack is a derivative from cocaine, right? From what I understand, they did that more so because crack was predominant in the black neighborhoods, right?
Hello.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to play a race card all the time, but
no, but when it's fucking facts, it's facts, man.
It's and right. I'm gonna tell you another fact. Here's another fact: is cocaine is not native to nowhere in the United States. Period.
No, there's no coca leaves growing in fucking Arkansas or something.
They can't grow. They won't grow.
Yeah, I know.
It's something this climate that stops it. God is the maker. God have certain spots where certain spots gonna grow. Yep. Have you ever seen what you think will happen if a grizzly bear see a gorilla?
I mean, make a good YouTube video.
Hey, they're two bad mother lovers, but they never meet.
Yep. They never cross paths.
That's right. He's like, man, that'd be a good fight. But you know,
pay-per-view.
Right. See, that's how God did it. God said, well, we're gonna get these people down here something that they can get some money off of or whatever. Because cocaine is really medicine. It's a white back then, if a white guy got busted with cocaine, he got charged with dispensing medicine without a license.
Holy shit.
And if a black guy got charged, is Schedule 2 narcotic.
The 80s, the crack epidemic, the areas you hear about a lot or you see more documentaries about are always New York and Los Angeles. But
this wasn't the 80s.
Yeah, but I know like it affected the whole country, but how bad was Tennessee at that time? Like on par is what you'd see in the stories of New York City and all that?
All the guys from California and New York and Miami came to Tennessee. See, listen, in New York or California, you get a vial like this of crack.
Yeah.
For $5.
Okay.
A vial with this many, but say you got 30 rocks.
Yeah.
In Chattanooga, each rock was going for $40 to $50.
Ooh.
So that's how it was in Indiana. When we were in Indiana, they'd bring the ecstasy over from Chicago, and like a $5 pill would be $50 in Indiana.
Wow.
That's right. So here are the guys in California say, man, that got some country dude down in Chattanooga, man, they don't know nothing. I can spend $25 in down at Oakland and come to Chattanooga, man, and come home with $5,000.
Crazy.
So everybody had money. We didn't know what to do with money.
Yeah.
We didn't know what to do, but we had money, and it was fun because now we can go to the store, we can buy shoes, we can go eat. The first time you ate was when the food stamp came, baby.
Yeah.
First, you bond cheese and free cheese and bread for somebody else. Yeah. So
holy shit. So
back to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I could have never had cocaine. Period. Because if the law was set as it's supposed to be set, that should have been stopped at the border.
Yeah.
So for me to have the cocaine, that means somebody at the border was relaxed or super lax or getting paid under the table to let that cocaine come in. Yeah. And then we find out that's exactly what was going on with the Contra and Rick Ross.
Yeah.
We funded the war. That's where they letting us make money. We funded the Contra war. From the drugs we were selling in Chattanooga, Nashville, Tennessee, Atlanta, Georgia, Miami, Florida. We funded that war.
Okay, so the shit was coming from because Ross was getting it from Delano or whatever his name was, and then
Right,
he was going east with it after taking over all of California. So it
right.
spread that far. So that product is part of your come up or the people you were
Yeah,
around.
well, we want to be. You can't put everything on Ross because Ross couldn't supply everybody.
Yeah.
Ross had his news that he was going to, but you had a Rick Ross in Miami. You had a Rick Ross in New York. You had a Rick Ross in all the Gulf Coast. Anything that the water touched, somebody was down there controlling. We
See,
didn't know that.
see,
All we was doing
that's
yeah,
crazy
we
though,
was
right? Because it's like you get the Rick Ross. That's like a lot of people might think that's the poster child. That's the one in a lifetime cases, something like that. But like you're saying, you know what I mean? Those people were everywhere. He's just the
right.
more publicized one, the bigger one, right? Like
That's right.
the most.
And the only reason he got that because he happened to be the plug that got caught
Mm,
and with some government guys. And then they started putting all that together and they made Rick Ross this guy such like this. Now he was a good guy. He didn't testify.
mm-hmm,
So he was a stand-up guy.
mm-hmm,
But he was a baby just like I was a baby. We didn't know nothing about this cocaine.
mm-hmm.
Man, they charge us for guns. Matter of fact, like right now, if a guy come in here and have a gun and leave out and run, and my PO come in, I can get 25 years for the gun.
Hmm.
Now these guns that don't even mean nothing. Cause you think you got a 38 or 357 or AK-47 that's a gun. Them baby guns. They got guns now that can kill you with sound. You understand? They got sonic guns now. Who has that? What guy you know got a sonic gun?
Yeah, no shit.
Not Bryan.
And one sound can kill you. Not no, and they got helicopters and they can zoom in on this conversation all the way from Mars.
Yeah, no shit, eh?
Yeah, so don't play like this gun right here was the worst thing in Chattanooga. Oh, he had a 357. It killed me. People say, oh, he shot him with a 9mm, man. Man, if he'd have shot him with a 25, he'd been just as dead.
Yeah.
You know?
So, when were you known to the police at all before that? Before
No.
this time?
Oh, how could I be?
There was no, so you were, yeah, you weren't on their radar for some other shit, and like,
Man,
OJ Simpson got like fucking 11 years for taking back his own property. He got 11 years because they didn't get him on the murder, right? Like, that's what I'm asking, right? Was it a thing like that where you're known and they're like, this son of a bitch keeps getting away?
I was nobody. Well, and this was crazy. So this is my argument. On my indictment, it said United States of America versus Bryan Slayton. That's my name.
Yeah.
Now, think about that. That's some heavy stuff, brother. When you 16, 17, like the whole United States.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I've never been to Wyoming. I don't know nobody. Never been to Idaho. Never been to Kansas, Washington State. How everybody in the United States hate me? I sold, bro, in the West Side Project. Bro, if you come down here, you probably won't even go to the West Side. Out of the West Side, I wasn't known. Yeah, I got the federal government with the whole weight of the United States of America coming down on me for a drug charge.
Yeah, that's
for a drug that he didn't have on him.
Yeah, and then they don't have any drugs.
That's
and the judge said, we don't have to prove that you had drugs, even though it was a deal. We just had to prove that y'all were talking about drugs. What?
What?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I tell people this, they're like, man, you lying. Google it. Google me, man. I'm public record. Google me.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't hear you.
I said, oh yeah, it's out there. I mean, for anyone that wants to Google it,
you can read the transcript of what happened.
Yep.
What they said, who was said. A lot of guys talk about the informers and rats. I was on that for a long time. Man, if I ever see one of them dudes, I'm gonna kill them. Man. It was just some guy that got tricked that just wasn't stronger than me. And I tell the people all the time, I could have never got framed up if I didn't never pose for the picture.
Well, so like I don't want to skip too far ahead, but like, we'll get to like how you got to where you are now, but where you are now, which spoiler alert is food service industry. Have you seen any relatives or friends of the three of them? Have they come in ever? And
oh yeah, my nephew, who I just seen today, It's a relative of them.
Oh yeah.
Is
I
that his
seen him.
dad? You said
No,
your sister
his
was.
father. His father testified, but his father's dead now. When I came
Oh,
home,
okay,
man, I
okay.
want to kill everybody in their mom, man. I want to shoot a. I want to set a fire at the front door and shoot everything come out the back. That's how mad I was.
Yeah.
But
Well,
when I
that's why
came
I'm
home,
asking though, because you do know everybody, and everybody comes in. So it's like
it,
sooner or later, somebody's gonna come in that you're gonna be like, I don't really want to see you.
I've seen them, and like when I first came home, I was on that. But the day I came home, I tricked my mother. I told the cab to bring me there because she didn't know I was coming home. And I told the cab guy, I said, man, look, tell her you got a package out here for her. She come out, she all old, come down the step with a cane. You got a package for me?
Aw.
So when we came around the corner, I bust up around the truck. I said, I'm your package, honey. She just started crying. She started crying, hugging me, and the guy was happy. I was happy, you know, because I tricked her.
Yeah.
And then she said, I'm glad you came home, man. I'm finna die. I got cancer. What?
Oh,
Man, it took my leg off on him. I
yeah.
almost fell and passed out right then. Then I look up, the cab driver, he crying. I'm like, what? You know, but they never told me this
Mm.
when I was locked up.
Was that because you were going through so much they didn't want to put more on your shoulders?
Well, I mean, I kind of had the jail stuff beat because one day I woke up and I realized something, and I tried to tell a lot of guys because I became a mentor in a joint. That's maybe fast forward too.
Mm.
But my outlook on jail was this: it's not that I'm locked up, it's y'all locked out. Like
Mhm.
what? Man,
But
what?
well, here's a spoiler alert that we need to share, just so everybody's not all like mascara alert. Mom's still around today.
Oh,
Oh, good, good.
yeah, she's still here. All praise to the Lord. She's still here.
That's
Yeah.
good.
But that was my thing. So that's how I got through the day. Cause I said, man, you know what? Every time I get a letter, they want to know what we doing in here. And I look, these people come to see us. We don't go see them. Man, we the
Mm.
party, right?
I mean, you
'Cause-
got to do something mentally to get through it.
But yeah, and I said, man, they're spending thousands of dollars to come and see me. I ain't spend nobody to go see them,
It's
Mhm.
true.
right? So I started thinking like that. But so when I came home, I already had my plan to do what I'm gonna do and everything. But when she told me that, man, it took the wind out of me. Just took, I mean, everything. I mean, when you first come home, the first thing you want to go see a girl. I had like 4 hours to, do whatever I want to do. Man, I went right to the halfway house, man. She said, "You early?" I said, "Yeah, my bus got in. I didn't even talk to her. A fight happened that day because I might have got in trouble for coming in early.
Yeah.
But somehow the fighting at that place and it was a pandemonium. I just went to the room to the bed, the assignment, and went in there and laid down and slept for about 3 or 4 hours. And I got up and prayed, man, prayed. And I was still angry about the guys, right?
Mhm.
But then he said, man, your mama's still here. One old dude. He got a lot of bums be up there. I don't want to call them bum, but it's less fortunate people now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he told me something, because God send people, the strangest people he sent to you.
Yeah.
He said, man, God get done something for a reason. God got you in this, man, and don't worry about nothing, man. All your enemies, God gonna take care of, man. Just watch what I tell you. I'm like, man, you don't know me to be talking like that, but he hit me when he said that and about my mom and all that, just all clicked in. Fast forward 3 weeks later, two of the guys, because I came home in the COVID pandemic.
Oh
Two of the
shit.
guys fired on me, died.
Oh.
And then it clicked on me, man. Gotta make your enemies your footstool. Another guy who told on me got fired from a job because he got sick or something, diabetes or something. The same job he got fired from, I got.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh.
4 months later, two more guys died. And I'm like, wait a minute, I hope nobody else died. Police think
Yeah. Running out of people to die here.
No, Jason, you have no idea. There was a minute for like side story here. There was a minute that I felt like we work in the same building. That's how we met.
Oh, okay.
And that I felt like every day he come in the building and be like, you know what? And I'd be like, oh shit. Just everybody dies.
Yeah, they died. They died.
They meet that. I'm afraid because I'm at Bryan. I'm gonna die.
So it was like, and I was like, man, I ain't had to do anything. But what was really crazy, when the one guy died who told on me, who I really wanted, just like,
Uh-huh.
I felt bad when he died because all the anger was gone.
Yeah.
The anger was gone. I'm like, I don't know where it left, but the anger was gone, and I feel bad he was dead. But for two reasons, I feel bad because I want to do what I want to do to him, and
Mm-hmm.
God took care of that.
All right.
So who am I gonna be mad at? God now?
Yeah.
Not. But then I realized my sister loved this guy, but she married him.
Mm-hmm.
He was her husband. My nephew loved this guy. That's his father.
Yeah.
Now I know his mother. His mother loved him because that's her child. So like, everybody lose. And then they come to think about this drug thing. It was all a farce because they didn't want me for no drugs. Man, I seen real drug dealers.
Mm-hmm.
I was not one. Trust me.
Yeah.
We got some pictures like we make some money. We might go to Atlanta from Chattanooga, what, the whole hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
We got camels and got helicopters and real planes and jets.
Yeah.
Them
Yeah.
guys, them
I
drugs.
mean, you would have caught a RICO charge if you were one of them. But here's a fun fact: the very spot where Bryan's standing right now, he probably sold some shit about 30 years ago. In that very building. That very building used to be a club.
Next door, right across the street is where this case come from. So almost to the same spot.
That's wild. Holy shit.
And I say they gave me a bad rap.
Yep.
33 years ago. But now I'm selling bad raps.
But you got to hold up though. This guy has a laundry list. Like if you want to talk about your average person who's just kind of like wandering through life and ends up places and maybe has a few skills or is good at something. This man spent 33 years or something in jail. And he's got a resume longer than I do. He's got this certification, that certification, this class, and that
I saw some of that shit.
Like, what the fuck? I mean, good that you spent your time that way, but like, it's crazy.
And when I was reading through some of that on Google, I was like, there's nothing there about like food stuff at all at this point as I'm reading. I'm like, this can't be the same is this the same guy? I started.
Same guy, yep.
Holy shit.
When I came home, I had a COVID business.
Oh, you still do?
I still got a COVID business, but it was just going, it was going so excellent. And then the COVID stopped, which I really don't understand because everybody died, seemed like for nothing.
Yeah.
Because nobody's dying now.
Bro, it didn't stop if you remember cleaning our building after I damn near died.
But yeah, well, I cleaned it, but we didn't die. It wasn't like, back when I first came home, you got COVID, it was like, man, listen, if somebody did like this, uh-oh, everybody look at them.
Yep.
You don't eat or nothing. You just get your food and throw it away, whatever. You just leave.
Right.
How they cough, you shake it off. Yep.
You see, I'll get you a picture, Jason, of him in his little outfit. It's amazing. I love it.
All right, so back to when you get arrested. When they arrested you, what was going through your head?
Backwards.
When they arrested you, what went through your head? Because it'd be one thing if you were doing that and it all came crashing down. You in the back of your mind, you're like, well, fuck, it was expected. It's gonna happen sooner or later. But you're not doing fuck all.
You expect it, but you don't know how it's gonna go. But then you see the thing about it. We like, if I get away from the police, I got them. Because you don't sell to the police. You just sell to people. That's another thing. They gave me this big old federal charge for me against America, but I just sold to the people I know. Matter of fact, if a white person come around, you could not get no drugs.
Yeah.
No, if you was white, you were the police.
Yeah.
Well, not like that anymore.
No, not now. Not now. They're like, oh man, I got this white boy, man, he spent good money. No.
You won a gram yesterday. Today wants an ounce. It's moving quickly.
Yep. But it was crazy. But when I got arrested, it was like you just got to get away from the police. And once the police come, you run, get away, you straight. You straight. But see, this is a whole different police.
Yeah.
We wasn't for no feds. The only time we didn't fed was on Miami Vice.
Yeah.
So when you come to the West Side Project and you got microphones in your sleeve and earpieces on. They didn't even have earpieces now. We got earpieces on for the phones now. They
Yeah.
had them back in '89.
Yeah.
They got all black fatigue on. Man, you don't know this is a movie like a scary movie.
Yeah.
So I get away. I get away that day. Then say, man, them people look for you. What? They got all unmarked cars. And all we knew was the police car.
Yeah.
That's all we knew. Man, they got Cadillacs like we got. Unmarked car with tinted one. They got tint so thick you can't even use a flashlight to look in it. Yeah. So that was something amazing because when they got me, they started getting everybody. And like I said, if you go back if you do a little research, you can go to Chattanooga, to Florida, to Texas, to Arkansas, to Jersey, get an indictment. Read the indictment. I promise you, you just change the name. Same indictment.
Holy shit.
Same, I mean, almost word for word. Now you might have done your charge on a Thursday. It's the same thing that happened on Friday. Same thing happened on Monday. Same thing happened on Tuesday. He did the day James Kelly did knowingly and intentionally without authority sell cocaine or Schedule II narcotic to Amy Barton. That was it. Do the same thing.
Same language, just a date, the name. Yep.
That's right. Just Google them. Google the things. USC 21. 841. 21 USC 841. That's what everybody got charged with.
So when they finally, did you turn yourself in, or did they eventually catch up with you?
Oh, they called me.
They caught up with you?
Yeah, they called me.
For how long was that run?
It was a good little run. I ran about 3 years, but they caught me. Not only catch me, they caught me. They beat me up.
Fuck.
They shot me and they robbed me.
What?
Yeah, this is the Memphis police. Memphis police. Yep, sure did.
And there ain't shit you can do about it, right? Just basically shut the fuck up. And right, like
they beat me up to shut me up.
Yeah, you couldn't even say, right, who's gonna listen to you, right?
Yeah, no, not right there.
Right.
I'm like, I'm bleeding. You shouldn't have ran. Yep.
Stop resisting.
And then
stop resisting.
And then it's the United States of America versus
me.
Versus you. And your legal resources at that time were what? Public defender?
Public pretender.
Pretender.
It's a difference. It's a difference. Not defender, pretender.
Pretender.
Yeah, pretender. They pretending to be a lawyer.
I'm here for the hard-hitting questions. At this time, was this when you had dreads still?
Yeah, I had dreads.
I need to see a picture, Bryan.
I got to find them. I'll find you one. I had dreads. I had dreads. One time I had a big afro.
Right.
One time I had pro chops.
You did need to live in the 70s, man, like you said.
I told you that day. That was my stick. Man, if I could have lived back there. Like right now, sometimes late night, I look at all the old movies, man. And they were funny movies, but they were really good movies. Like Sidney Poitier, Bill Cosby, Uptown Saturday Night, Let's Do It Again, Comeback Charleston Blue, Cotton Club to Harlem, all them old movies. Three the Hard Way, Truck Turner.
You should hear his music that he plays at work all day.
Yeah. It was
his ringtone. His ringtone is the one we hear the most often, though.
Yeah, Marvin Gaye. But listen, do you remember the girl in Star Trek? The black lady in Star Trek?
No, I never watched Star Trek.
Oh man, it was lady named Lieutenant Uhura.
Okay.
She pretty. But if you see her in Truck Turner, you say, man, no way it's the same lady. I'm talking about drop dead gorgeous. And I never knew that. I knew her from Lieutenant Uhura on Star Trek. She was the only black person on Star Trek. Period.
No, she was not. Geordi was black.
That was later.
That was still Star Trek. And that was the 80s.
LeVar Burton was
Next
black.
Generation. Yeah.
Yeah, LeVar Burton, Merengue 9. Yeah, but see, at first she was on the black person on there.
I mean, you're talking about William Shatner times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you died. It's just
no, she just died like 2 years ago. But if you look at Truck Turner, you'll see her. Beautiful. I'm like, man, I know this lady from somewhere. He said, man, that's a lady on Star Trek. And I could
So
never put together.
hold up now, though, and this is more jumping around, but you want to talk about like pop culture, entertainment, movies, TV, music, stuff like that. What is it like? I mean, having lived from when you went in to obviously now myself and having recall for all those years, being old enough to remember, what is it like when it comes to entertainment, especially music, to go away in '89? Like, you're not in a rubber room, you hear things, I know, but like, and come out not only during COVID, but like now we're in mumble rap.
Some of the beats you can get to. So I'm a beat guy, but the music I like the music back in the day because like it was a slow song. When a slow song came on when you was with the girl, oh man, you could dance. It's 4 or 5 minutes. You get to hold it for 4 or 5 whole minutes. Now you might not get a phone number, but you got it for 4 or 5 minutes, and it was good. Now you got what 2 slow songs, and it's like yeah, I love you today, but I'm gonna shoot you in the morning. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm like everything is violent. You know.
This remind you of anything, Jason?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it does. So it's a culture shock when I came home because when I left, you got to realize the phone was literally this big.
Right.
Yeah.
You had a phone in the bag, or you had a car phone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And what was the trip? If you go back and look at Cleopatra Jones, this movie come out in 1972. She had a car phone.
Right.
Like,
with the cord. With the cord.
With the cord, but it had it was the roll dial.
Right.
It was a roll dial. And I'm like, she had a car phone back then. What? She had a Corvette. Cleopatra Jones had a Corvette. But yeah, so we had them phones and we had beepers.
Yeah, we had those too. But you know what? I gotta be real though. Like, you know, Bryan will come over and be like, "Hey, how do I do this?" Or "Hey, show me that." But for somebody who was like not even in possession of a cell phone prior, like you would be surprised how like he's all over Facebook, he's streaming live, he's on Instagram. Like, I'm sure it's not been the easiest learning curve, but like you're not one of those fucking like, I was born yesterday, I'll never learn it, do it for me. Like he's figured it out. He does it. It's crazy. Like, and to me, I'm like, bro, there were still phone books and rotary phones. I'm like, that's when you went away. That's what you had.
No, I hadn't seen a phone. Listen, you could call 411 and get the time, get a phone number.
Yeah.
You could do that now.
You could call the movie theater and hear what's playing.
Yeah, see what's playing on what? Right.
They
had one number you could dial.
The bank. It was the bank.
You could dial and you could talk for free for like 5 minutes and then hang up once a day.
Yeah.
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 And it never showed where you were. So I used to always use that phone and call home.
Right.
And they used to always try to trace the phone, but they could never trace it because this number was like a universal number, so it can be like anywhere. You just one time a day. Yep.
Yeah, it's like we had like the person Amy was referencing to. There's a guy named Dirk Young that we had on. He did like 18 years or something like that in up here in Toronto. And when he went in, when we had him on the show, it's like it just dawned on me. I was like, when you went in prison, 50 Cent wasn't even a thing yet. Right? He went in like 2001 and got out in 2018 or 19 or something like that.
Yep.
And yeah, it's like, you know, he was, especially the phone thing, technology, social media, right? A lot of you would the exact same shit for you, right? The world is a completely different place.
I was looking for a payphone. None. No payphone.
Look, this is we can talk more on this like elsewhere, but if you can give like a brief, colorful description, what's the biggest change you've seen? Maybe not even Chattanooga, because like it's going to be the aquarium and everything got built up around it, but like on MLK, like our side of town, like what's the big difference when you come back out of jail after that long?
The big difference on MLK is this: is no black patronage down here or businesses. Maybe mine, maybe a smokehouse and a couple of barbershops, but this was a black mecca. Man, if you came to MLK, you can get some at any time of night. I don't care whatever you wanted. If you want some hot lipstick, you can come down and get hot lipstick on MLK anytime. Like hot lipstick, what am I gonna do with that? I don't know, but they got it on MLK. Right now, it's not like that. MLK used to go one way. True story. When I came home, I wanted to drive. I hadn't been driving. Shouldn't have been driving. Don't have my license, but I just wanted to drive. So I go down MLK. Well, Hey, how you doing? It's it. No, no, I'm having what's your name? That's Joy. And so what's going on is
Hey,
I
Joy.
go down. I go down. Amy say hello. I go down the wrong way, and I flip the guy off like, man, you need to do what you gonna do. He got what you want to do. What you want to do? We arguing, and the guy said, man, what's wrong with you, man? You could have killed us all. I said, man, you went the wrong way. I said, man, this street is two ways, fool. I'm like, what? It wasn't like that. 9th Street only went one way.
When did UTC build out all that out? That campus wasn't like that when you went in.
No, it had to be when I was gone. UTC didn't have none of this. Now they own a lot of downtown.
Was there no UTC at that point, or they just didn't have a big campus like that?
No, it was UTC, but it was over there by the hospital. It wasn't this far down. All this was urban. When I say urban, all this was like it was stores, clubs, good time houses, and shotgun houses in the back. That's all it was on MLK, and it stayed open. It was like our Bourbon Street, like New Orleans Bourbon Street. It like never closed.
Like all the way over to Orchard Knob, right?
Yeah, it never closed.
Yeah.
Now here you
don't. But you can find a 24-hour pharmacy in this town these days.
They had one. They had one right on the corner where Real Market is.
No, I know, but I'm saying now, like nothing's open 24 hours anymore.
I think COVID killed all that. Mm. COVID killed the stay open late night. Even Walmart used to stay open all night. They don't do that no more.
Right, it's crazy.
You could go to Walmart at 2:00 in the morning. I mean, that was some people used to work out.
Bro, that's the only time I like to go.
Yep, but now you can't go because everybody's smoking milk.
Look, we are in the South.
Let me ask you something, James. Do you guys have a Waffle House in Canada?
No, not that I know of. There might be one in like Niagara Falls, like some border cities. That's like shit like Denny's and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They'll usually only be in the border cities.
Even Denny's. Now in our Waffle House down here, I don't know what it is, what the criteria is.
I don't know.
If you got 3 teeth and you chewing on something all day, you everybody in Denny's, I mean in those places like that, look like their own mouth. I don't know what it is. They fingernails dirty. The hair ain't done. They chewing on it.
Do you know what? I have never been to a Waffle House in my life.
You haven't? But go in there and see the same people I'm talking about. See if you see the people I'm talking about.
I'm good. Bro, I live over the border and there's a Walmart here and they got the same crowd.
Yeah. I mean, what? These drugs, I mean, it's
all right. Back up though, because we got to get to how bad wRAPs really was born here.
Okay, come on.
Because I want to tell you this too. Jason's a piece of shit now, but he also used to be a chef.
Yeah.
What you cook? What's your go-to, Jason?
Oh, nothing anymore. I mean, I'll cook. I cook to eat, but back in the day, I worked at a fine dining restaurant. I worked at a few different places, but the most part, I worked at a fine dining restaurant. And it was steak and seafood was the big thing there. So, and I learned how to make amazing fucking risotto. And that's the thing that, like, even some of the chefs over the years that have tried it from different cities, different restaurants and shit, have talked about how good the risotto is. Everything is just perfect. I haven't made it in so long, though. I'm sure I'd butcher it. Now it's more so.
Okay, well,
wait. I got to see if I understand this correctly.
What?
I hand delivered Poppy Tins cookies, probably $50 worth, across the border to you, and you can't make a motherfucker's rice? Is that right? Is that what I just heard you say?
Where was I gonna cook? I could have brought a hot plate with me to the KOTD event.
There was a kitchen where I was staying.
We weren't there though.
Okay. Anyway, go on.
So let me ask you this. If you meet a girl tomorrow, and you say, okay, I got a go-to dish, man. I like her. I'm gonna let her taste it, and we can go on from here. What would be your move? What's your move? What's your signature?
His move is going to jail because his wife's gonna end up, or his girlfriend's gonna end up fucking starting the fight of a lifetime.
Oh, why buy the milk when you already got it? Okay, you got it. I didn't know you was married.
No, not married, but may as well be.
Okay, so what did you do to get hurt? What meal did you give her?
That'll wrap.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, that's actually a good example. When we were friends for a long time, before we ever started dating, and she lived off sandwiches, and like I'm talking shitty sandwiches. I'm talking like shitty bread with mayonnaise or mustard and sandwich meat and cheese.
Leslie, come on.
That was fucking breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
God.
And so the one day she wanted to make me a stir fry, and I was like, all right. And it was green peppers, rice, and chicken, and that was it. And every fucking piece of green pepper was a different size. And I was like, oh my God. So she wanted to know how to cook. So I taught her a lot how to cook. And it's funny, like I taught her to make homemade burgers. And it's like just it's simple, right? You don't add a bunch of shit to it. And just like the wrench technique and everything, right? So she makes them now, and say like we'll be somewhere and show like with the other people having a barbecue, and she'll make burgers, and people talk about it. Be like, you're so lucky that she knows how to make those burgers. You must love them. And fucking, I'm the one that showed her how to make them.
I told her, right? Yeah.
So yeah. So see, I didn't have to win her over with a dish. I just had to teach her how to cook for herself.
You gotta cook. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That was smart too. That was smart. That was smart.
What happened was I just got so sick of working in kitchens, because I just redlined it. When I first got into it, I was like, I love it so much. So at one time I was working at 3 different restaurants. And so I would be working sometimes like 15-hour days, and there was no fucking need for it. The one place I was a dishwasher, and I was a sous chef in another place. Why the hell am I a dishwasher and a sous chef, right? Like maybe if I was washing dishes, right. So, but it was just to gain as much knowledge as I could under different chefs.
That's what I do with the ladies.
No. This fool though has been telling me for like 14 years now, you should go to culinary school. You should be cooking. As he's sitting here being like, I don't want to do that. That shit's stupid.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah. See, but I was right. You went.
Jason, I wholeheartedly agree with you. I hate cooking.
Yeah.
I hate it. But I'm gonna tell you the one caveat. Now I'm not a chef, although I might play one on TV. But the thing is this. I hate cooking, but the caveat I get is like, and really now, today, even today, I was out today, and the girl said, "Mama, tell me what bad raps." Man, that made me feel good, man. I mean, I don't have to be here, but for a little girl, tell me a baby to know who I am.
Yeah.
And Alexa came out. I had some of them. I'm at a grocery store. I'm like a little local celebrity, but not for selling drugs. So that
And where were you? Where were you normally parked at for proof? Were you off Central? I don't remember where you were at.
I was on Main Street. I was on a couple of stores. Few of my guys got some barbershops, and they got different businesses. I just post up a day spot. Because when I left, I had a restaurant, and all them used to come over there. So they trying to show me love. They'll spend some money with me to come up there and shop. So it'd be okay. I done good. Just to have a food truck is worse than the kitchen because it wear you out. Because like in the kitchen, you can cook. You be tired when you cook in the kitchen. Got to clean up and all that stuff. But in a food truck, you got to put the generators up. You got to drain the water out. You got to go throw the grease away. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff you got to keep doing. And it gets hectic, tiresome.
So okay, so that's a good segue though. Like, okay, you hate cooking. So why are you doing it? How did you get there? How'd that start?
Oh, how it started was from the jail.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, first of all, before that, you go in there. Obviously, you said you were full of rage and anger. How long did it take for you to switch from that to starting to get some of these certificates and doing things? Like when you first got in there, were you basically like, my life's over, fuck this shit, and just full of?
No, that rage didn't stop till I came home. Wait a minute.
That's okay. Yes.
No, that stopped when I seen my mother had cancer. No,
so were you wilding out when you first got in there and getting in fights, doing shit that could have got you more time?
It's like when you go there, it was like something else because you kind of fear what you don't know, and you look at all the jail stories. Oh man, when you go to jail, this right here, that right there. I always had nice size. You can't really tell right now, but I'm a little bit of maybe 130 pounds or something low. Okay, Amy, you want to say something? I'm about 300, but I always had nice size. So then I was young with nice size. So people like, no, I don't know, and just hold up, don't try him right now. We gotta see what he gonna do. And I was one of the ones. If we go, I'm gonna go all the way. So I got a couple of fights real quick when I got there, and after they see what I did, they was like, "Oh, It was no more fights no more.
There's no more problems. Okay.
No, no. Don't get it twisted. Now I wasn't a tough guy. No, because man, anybody can get it in jail.
Absolutely.
It's not this one guy that's like rude over everybody. Like
No.
man, nobody. No, that's another story in jail that they tell you.
Yeah.
You might have a crew of guys that put their work in, but they can get got too. You know, you might have another group say, man, we can't get all of them. 4 is gonna get this one, then 10 of us get the other one. So that's how I go.
And in like California, the jails are split up by like the gangs, basically. That's who you roll with.
That just happened. That just happened.
So yeah, so how was it then in there for you? Like, was it race? Was it gang? Like, is there someone you have to align with?
When we first came in, we was on a new law. That was a new law. We first came in, we was new boots. We was just new jacks. Now you had some guys that were for arson. You had some guys there from bank robbery. You had some guys there for kidnapping. Those were real criminals. We were just some guys that had some crack. Guys that had some cocaine. Young guys. And we didn't know the prison etiquette. We didn't know what you should do, what you shouldn't do. All we know is you didn't testify. As long as you didn't testify, you was okay. But some of the guys testified. Some of the guys got dealt with. Some of the guys seen some of the guys in jail. I'm going to show you how dirty the feds are. The feds, I mean, I'm going to get back to what we're talking about.
Yeah.
The feds, like say, I get charged with cocaine. They'll put 30 guys on my case and charge them with the same cocaine. You have one stick of cocaine. 30 guys to get a conspiracy with this one stick of cocaine. And you get 500 years out of this one stick of cocaine.
Holy shit.
So crazy.
Yeah. And then 20 of the guys who get the time don't even know the guy who had the stick of cocaine. Don't know. And that's your quota. So we was all in jail, mad, young, and didn't know how to jail. So a lot of guys got killed. A lot of guys got killed by the season
inmates.
Season killers.
We were inmates.
Yeah.
Inmates, they were convicts.
Okay.
So we like, you know, it didn't take long enough to us say, man, look, man, them dudes old. I don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. So now we got alliance. We didn't have no gangs. It was like all the guys in Tennessee, that's 20, hooked up with all the guys in Georgia that were 20, hooked up with all the guys in Florida that were 20. So now, if a guy older missing one of the young guys, this was
you got numbers, yeah.
So we didn't have numbers because we still don't know where everything at. They had nice. We didn't know about no nice. We was just like, we come to me, we gonna fight. No, they would stab you.
They fucking shake you.
Yeah, but see, we didn't know that. How could we know that? You know, we never been to jail. And so, so in jail, you wasn't that tough guy because you know they got a lot of tough guys that die.
Yeah.
And then when you die in jail, no, they don't let your body go. They keep your body for like a week after you dead and make sure you dead.
What?
Yeah.
Holy
if I
shit.
stab you there in your head, like I said, I seen a guy get his head cut off. Now, hold up. You know how vicious that is?
What the fuck?
Still got to get his head cut off. Now, hold up now. You got to realize, in jail, we don't have the swords. We don't have the hatchets. We don't have the big old
chainsaws.
Right.
Yeah.
So you know how vicious that situation had to be.
That's one really pointy toothbrush.
Yeah, you know how much bone and marrow and stoonie, what you call them, stoonie muscles, whatever, stein muscles. You got
sounds a lot like oxtails, Brian.
You know what, Amy? I got you when I cook them. I won't sleep that night. But the thing about it is, yeah, that's what happens, man. And like, man, wow. And you see this, and like, wow, man, did I just see what I just seen? Seen that.
Wow.
And you can't listen, that's something ain't gonna never leave my head.
I was gonna say that's with you for life.
Right. And really that's some PTSD,
yeah. Oh, definitely. Because even the fucking the sounds the person would be making as that's happening to them would be sounds you would never forget either.
Yeah, well, he was dead when I seen it. And I happened to come up late.
Okay.
But I was late. And you know how you sleep sometimes? Sometimes you gotta sleep that time away. And they call last call for child.
Yeah.
They called last call for child, and I was going out with nobody in the unit. I mean, with nobody in the unit. So I'm thinking they can fire a hurricane or something. So I go down the hallway and I see the captain come up the hallway with a sheet, like a pillowcase.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got red stuff on. So I'm thinking, first thing I'm thinking, oh, they done bust somebody wine. We make wine in there, with
Yep.
I'm thinking it's wine. He said, get that inmate, lock him to the ground, lock that inmate up, wire that inmate out. I'm like, what? I ain't did nothing. So when he get up closer, I'm like, man, that wine look like red. They must have some tomato puree. So they put handcuffs on me. I'm like, what the? Because they had everybody else out of the unit. They had them on the rec yard. That's why I didn't see them. They had everybody out. I just happened to be in the bed. And man, when they would take me to the hole, because I went to the hole that day, I see the body without the head.
No head, right.
Then I'm in the hole like, man, they don't say nothing to me for like 3 or 4 days.
I bet you acted right for a long time after that.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that. I'm thinking I'm finna go to jail for murder. I'm thinking they think I didn't kill this guy. You understand what I'm saying? Then they let me out. They let me out the hole, and then everybody tell me what happened. And he said, man, you should have seen dude he just had a little knife, man. He was biting at it, pulling his head, biting at it. He had one knife in the hand and one little knife hook working the neck. He wouldn't go till he finished. And then he gave the police a knife. They put him in, psychiatrists come talk to him around the clock. One morning, one guy got up and said, man, I hate all homosexuals. I just hate homosexuals. I hate homosexuals. I'm like, man, and what? That ain't got nothing to do with me, But you don't know this dude that snapped. I don't know he snapped. Man, the man killed like 4 people that day.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Which state were you in at this point?
I'm in Atlanta Penitentiary. Atlanta Federal Penitentiary. You just went down there and started stabbing.
Fuck.
Nope.
But everything wasn't a horror story. Just some things happen.
Yeah, shit happen. I get it. Yeah, but I mean, every day you don't know if that's gonna happen. There is a possibility that could happen at any time.
So then that's when we start kind of wising up. We start kind of like, okay, man, we got to get us something. And there's still some fights among us too, because young guys gonna do some young guy stuff.
Yeah.
Basketball gonna get mad, playing football gonna get mad, baseball gonna get. So we gonna have some fights too, but it was like we gonna fight, but we know we got to do some more stuff when we get to with the old heads. And then after year, the old heads started dying, and guess who became the old head?
You.
Us. We got a whole new wave coming in now. These guys coming in now. They doing horrible stuff. They shooting, having shootouts. We wasn't doing that. We might have had 4 shootouts in 10 years when I was coming up. We might have had 10 bodies in 15 years.
Yeah.
But now, since I've been home, it's been over 75 deaths in fentanyl.
Yeah. That's knocking people off like in insane numbers.
Yeah. And then the thing about it, people say, I want the same dope kill Pete. Man, that's that good. That would kill Pete. That's what I want.
Yeah.
People are stupid.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's going on now. So yeah.
That's fucked up. So you're in there dealing with the day-to-day life of prison, and that fucking laundry list of certificates and accomplishments that you have in there. Was that because you had plans on doing something once you saw if you did see sunlight ever again or freedom, or was it just a past time? Like, because you accomplished a lot of shit.
It wasn't a past time. It was like it was to live in that environment. Because some of the stuff that I learned helped me to do the cooking.
Okay.
Electricity helped me know how to make a stinger. So we cooked in a garbage can.
Yeah.
We took a fiberglass garbage can, got some sticks, because I had to pick the food up, steal some oil out of the kitchen, and we took an iron, broke the iron. You got to hook the iron up such a way for positive and negative, and you drop the iron in the fiberglass garbage can, and you deep fry.
You know what I got to tell you, Bryan?
I
understand your trash can karma now.
Right. Right.
But you're not allowed to have trash cans anymore.
That's right.
Right.
So
He's been in our building for like 4 months. He's had two trash cans stolen off the street. And the city just gives them to you.
They're
The
not
city's
stolen,
property.
they're running away.
They're all three of them. All of ours sit there, and they only take his.
Yep. But yeah, that's what we did, man. We cooked in there, and you learned that, and like even like languages. When I first come there, I was like I was on Star Trek.
Okay.
Because all I seen for me coming up was a white guy, a black guy. Every now and then I seen 1 or 2 Orientals. I went to school with them, and you seen some natives. That was it. I thought nothing else exists. Now the Orientals I seen was from Cambodia.
Okay.
Not Japan, not from China, not from Korea, not from Philippines, not from the Netherlands, not none of those states that that you don't see in Chattanooga. So when I went to federal prison, I see a black guy. He's darker than me, long Jerry curl, got gold teeth, and he from Florida. So I'm like, man, bro, cool. He got the gold teeth, nice gold necklace, but bro, talking like he retarded. I said, man, he retarded or something, because he don't speak no English. I don't know what he's speaking, but it ain't English. So when he talk, I'm thinking, man, this dude crazy, man. I said, man, hey, he got on some kind of dope. Some kind of dope. But he got fighting with some more guy that look kind of different than white guy. They wasn't white, but they wasn't black, but they were Spanish. But I didn't know that. I didn't know he was, because I didn't know it was a different. I didn't know it was a Spanish language. Now we watched Scarface, but on the Scarface they say maybe 1 or 2 words. Hey,
Yeah,
get
no
it
shit.
yet? That was it. That was da, 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 da. So when I hear this guy talking, I don't know what's going on. But when he get to fighting, we already know how we got to do, because he a young guy like us. So we go to his aid. Me and the 2 other guys in Chattanooga, and the other guy like, man, oh man, he ain't. I'm like, he ain't what? I said, he crazy, man. They jump on that man, he crazy. Man, he Colombian. Because Florida guy know what a Colombian look like.
Yeah.
I don't know what a Colombian look like. I don't know it's a Colombian language. I like, oh, he speak Colombian? It's Spanish, clown, but I don't know. But so I see that. Then I see some Russian guys. The Russian mob is a real thing. Didn't know that. Yakuza's, triads, real thing. Didn't know that.
Really?
Samoans are the biggest people on earth. The women are bigger than the guys. Pretty women. I mean, the prettiest women. I couldn't even understand how their skin looked and how big this woman was, man. But she was just one of the prettiest ladies I ever seen. I went to visit, and it's just Samoan and Tongan guy. It was a Tongan guy and Samoan guy. Two different races of people. You would get a whole lot of problems if you called a Tongan Samoan and a Samoan. Didn't know that. And so now I'm like, yeah, I said, man, wait a minute, where am I at? I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee, from the West Side. I've never been to Saudi Daisy. You understand?
Well, but plus what people don't know though, like you were all over the place, right? You were in Atlanta, you were what, San Diego? Yeah. Where else were you at?
I started in Alabama, then went to Talladega, and then went to Atlanta. Then just went to a whole lot of different spots. And so I've seen a lot of people, a lot of things. And then I get to think, okay, Cubans and Colombians, I got that. It's a whole lot of Spanish. It's a Puerto Rican. It's a Dominican. So I was like, man, it's a Brazilian. They speak Portuguese. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I go to Texas. There's a whole other group of Mexicans. I mean, Texas, Spanish people, Mexicans. Right. Then you got Tijuana. Then you got Norteño. You got Soreño. Then that's when the gangs started coming in a little later on. I got out west, and I'm like, man, this is crazy. And they more vicious. They vicious too. I'm like, wow. So yeah, it was a learning experience.
I bet, yeah, because you'd have to adapt to every fucking place they move you. And what was the purpose for them moving you, or any inmate?
No. Sometimes you get in a little trouble now. So I wasn't no Boy Scout.
Okay.
And sometimes, like, say, like I said, we got the young guys doing it. Then we went out west. So now we out west. Now you kind of outnumbered because there's more Spanish people out west than it is black people. So now, if anything go down like that, you can say I'm by myself. Because if they get to fighting the one black guy, everybody who black gonna get it. So now that's a race ride now. So now you gotta go.
But also, how many languages do you speak now, Bryan?
Oh, I speak it through. I speak it through. I speak it through. You know, it's Haitian, it's Spanish. It's not. I don't speak Colombian no more. We speak Colombian way back then.
You know some Arabic?
Yeah, Arabic. Yeah, I'm Muslim, so you know that's another thing. Even cultures. So it is crazy because cultures open a lot of doors that you wouldn't even think they even get open, man. You can be talking to somebody. Like I talked to some Arabic guys. You know, a lot of Arabic guys don't really deal with American Muslim guys because they say like we appropriated their culture.
Mm-hmm.
Then you come over here and appropriate our culture, and it's a lot of back and forth. So they don't really consider guys from America, black guys, Muslims because we wasn't born over there. But when you talk culture and food, and like I said, I just did a interview with a guy called Food is a Verb. He got a new magazine out. I was a centerfold, not that kind of centerfold, but and I told him the food for me has been a passport because it's taking me to places, and I met people in food that I never would have met in a drug game. Now I went to jail and met those guys in jail, but I just met them. But the food in jail made me get to know them, get to know their culture. Like they got a thing in Cuba called congri, as beans and rice. I make a certain like a beans and rice now that I learned from the Cuban guy. I got
Did,
some sauce that
did
I
any
make.
of your Puerto Rican friends teach you mofongo?
Yeah, mofongo, but see, mofongo they use pork.
You don't have to.
But
I
I
mean,
mean, that's
traditionally, yes.
yeah, that's how they taught it. And when it was pork, I was like, okay, I don't want it, but I know how to make flan. So this food has brought me to a lot of people, a lot of different cultures. I even met two senators, a state senator, and three mayors by just the food. So food has been a verb to me. And so I got that food and that dialect. So my food right now, if you taste it, you're gonna taste some hint of it. Cuban, Mexican, Caribbean, maybe Arabic, maybe black, because you know, grandmama told me something. And what I just learned going through different states with the food. So you eat my thing like, man, it's like, one lady said it's like soul food Mexico that went to an island. That's how she described my food. I'm like, okay, so that's a lot of words, but I'll take it.
That's too much to fit on my apron, but okay.
Right. But I'll take it. So
Right.
yeah. So I got those qualifications because some of the stuff they had some programs come out. If you program, you can get your points down.
Yeah.
Now I was at a point at one time like, man, I'm gonna be where I'm at where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know. But then you get smarter as you get older. Like you're not that Thundercat that you were at 17, 18. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The more you want to fight, go to the man you want to fight. Now later on, now I'm 28, I'm 29, I'm 31, I'm 32. Now it's different because I see the young guys come in like I came in. So now I switch from being that wild guy to like, come here, youngster, let me holler at you. You know, and I teach them, say, look here, man, won't you go? I just came from a wedding maybe like about a month ago. A young cat I grabbed by the hand and let him go to told him to go to HVAC. He has his own HVAC business right now. He just got married like last month. He learned that from me.
Huh.
You understand what I'm saying? Now he got his own HVAC.
Yeah.
He was a wild kid. He was wild like me. But what them guys were trying to kill us, I was trying to teach him because I learned from even when the guy was doing crazy stuff, trying to do crazy stuff to us when we were younger. You know, I didn't do that to them. So he came home, man. He's like, man, thank you, man. Thank you for letting me do this, man. Such. Now his girl pregnant. They married and she pregnant. So things happen. So I went from that wild guy to something like a mentor. And then sometimes you can't mentor nobody. If you don't talk the talk, you got to walk the walk too. So I said, man, I'm gonna go in there with you. I might not take the class you taking, but I'm gonna be in school with you.
Yeah.
Then they have another thing. If you get a lot of programs, your custody go down. If you say okay, Miss Slayton, if you go 10 months without a fight, without an incident, and you take 2 programs, I'm gonna drop you to a medium. Well,
Done.
so, well, I mean, you try to do it, but sometimes things happen. But you in a high max, super max. They got super max right now. That was
Yeah.
John got it. The Larry Hoover, all those big Jeff Ford, all those guys in the super max. Then you got the smooth program. Then you got max custody, medium high, medium low, low high, low, then camp. I was
Okay.
way up there. I got the super max, but I was in the max custody, max high custody.
Mm-hmm.
Max high custody. Every time the bus come in, a new bus come in, trust me, somebody getting stabbed or killed.
Fuck.
Every time. Yeah, every time.
Jeez.
And it's because sometimes what happened, like say I got into it in Texas with the white guys.
Yeah.
Now, in the yard I walk on, they sent a kite. Well, that guy Bryan, man, he stabbed the big chief up here. So we got a light on him.
Mm-hmm.
So when I come there, I got to find out who all the Aryan Brotherhoods is, who all the dirty white boys is, who all is the Peckerwood. You got to find out who they are and who they roll with. And then you got to link up with people because now it's still a hit on you.
Yeah.
In the same way. So yeah.
Oh.
So if you can get your levels down, it's better to get your levels down.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get older now. That reflex ain't like it used to be. That jab ain't out there like that. So you gotta say, hey man,
So this is another show, but Bryan loves him some boxing.
Oh, I love boxing.
Oh, do you? Nice.
Matter of fact, it's a good fight Saturday. Devin Haney against Reese Prograde in
Yeah.
Oakland.
Yeah.
So that's we're gonna watch it next week.
Brad Garcia just fought this past Saturday too.
He looks terrible.
He
looked terrible.
Yeah, he's I thought I find in the Gervonta Davis fight, it really showed where Garcia is at because he's looked so great. And I actually thought it was going to be a more competitive fight against Gervonta. And
he got equalized. The power was equalized. He could fight, but he was one dimensional. He was trained by Oscar, and Oscar always been one dimensional.
Yeah. So
you gotta be different to fight in them subdivision, in them weight division now.
Did you ever consider with all the different programs? Now that I never thought this before, but like, were there any like physical activity programs, like not just like being out in the yard or like doing your own thing, but like was there like boxing in any of the prisons you were in?
No, they frown upon boxing and anything that's physical in federal. Now what they had an NFBA. You could be a personal trainer. They give you this program and you get a certificate and you go home a personal trainer until you go to a gym and say, man, them certifications don't mean nothing. They tear them up. But it was something to keep you out of jail, keep you with a 6-pack. So you might be on the record, like, I'm a personal trainer. You might get a couple of fat guys to come off the bus. You got a couple of dollars. You get them trained out. So
that's what Maurice did.
Yeah, but see the thing about it, you can't use them when you get out here. That doesn't equate to what you need to be a personal trainer in the real world. Yeah. But I mean, it's a good program because it helps you understand what to eat, what not to eat, how to work out, what the peak times. It gives you the basics, but everything now is time 1,000. Where you can do 100 crunches. Yeah, I'm gonna give you this machine, and you go to sleep. Right. It's gonna do 100 crunches for you.
Right.
Then you take this pill, then eat this food, then take this one pill, then use the bathroom 4 times. You got a 6-pack. You're gonna do a photo shoot. You on? Yeah. Oh, your chest ain't gonna grow. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna give you some pec implants. So now you got a big old chest, big old arms.
That shit is so creepy though.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's creepy now because. And then what I don't understand, I'm not trying to women bash, but the thing about it is, why do women now, if you 45 and it took you 45 years to look like that, it's gonna take at least 20 to get like you used to be. You can't do it overnight.
Because it's not gonna be all the shit, you mean?
It's not gonna be sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you got to say, hey man, no, let's do it the right way. And it's harder to do it the right way, but the right way is gonna stay with you, opposed to doing the surgery. My sister had to have surgery on the 15th, so she's gonna be in surgery for she'll be out for like a month.
I mean, that's a serious. His sister had the same surgery I did, and now she's having her stomach flap removed.
Yeah, so you know that's some serious stuff. So you gotta, I don't know, you know, then if anything can go wrong now. Now they can have a successful surgery, and then she gets staph infection because the hospital dirty. You know,
Well, I mean,
so
when you have that much of a like a wound, that's
yeah,
why surgeries like that are so difficult. The recovery is hard because you can't move, but it's such a risk for infection. It's not that it
right,
hurts that bad to have some skin removed. Like you just have a big cut, no big deal, but it's a big deal because that's how people get gangrene and staph and MRSA and just die from
right.
that.
So
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
it's with the Trump thing when it finally came along.
Oh, right.
How did that work? I remember hearing about it in the news, but I don't know much about it at all. But so when that thing that happened when Trump was in office, where it was
Jason is one of the few border city Canadians that doesn't suck down all of the American news. So he knew there was a good thing or two that Trump did, and there were a bunch of people that got out of jail. But that's how much
the gist. Yeah, that's about all of it. So it's
I tell you what, I know 3 guys personally. One of them had life.
Mm.
One of them had 400 something months. Other had 7 life sentences. They called him Little John Gotti. 7 life now. This guy.
Now you got to know too, though, Jason. Like we've said when you've had your lawyers up there on life here is life. Life here is not like life in Canada.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's different.
Like you said, you're out. They say deceased.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's not a thing in Canada.
So if he died, he got to come back 6 more times. And they called him Little John Gotti. And funny thing,
shit.
we was on a compound with Gene Gotti.
Yeah.
Gene is John's brother. So
Okay.
when Gene was a tough guy too.
Yeah.
He didn't throw his weight around, but he had 4 or 5 bodyguards. So when Gene moved, he had 4 or 5 big Italian guys move with him. So if he went to Oklahoma, 2 of his guys went to Oklahoma with him. They wouldn't transfer him.
Holy
if I got transferred, I know these 2 guys are going with me. Period.
Huh.
So but when it came down to the clemency thing, it's not like there was actually a mass exodus. So I think the question most people have is how do you get chosen? How do you end up being one of the
you wrote. Man, you know how much time I wrote to senators and state senators and judges and lawyers and churches and Jesus and Santa Claus. I wrote all I want for Christmas. You can have these front teeth. Take them. But it never came through. But what he passed the law was, why are we giving guys 50, 60, 100 years and they non-violent? Because the violent guys start coming in now.
Yeah, and they get 12 years.
Yeah, and like I told one of the guys on my case, he come out, listen, when you come out of jail, you can't have pistols, period.
Yeah.
He shot a guy, paralyzed him. Mm-hmm. So 2 things happened. He committed a crime, right?
Mm-hmm.
He did murder. He ended up paralyzing the guy, and he had a pistol. Convicted fellow pistol. Automatically 25 years. And you attempted murder, that should be, he already had life. He got out, did that, got out before me.
Crazy.
So Trump said this, why are we locking you guys up for all this time and they haven't did any real crime?
Mm-hmm.
Violent crime, real violent crime.
Yeah.
And all crime is really victimless, because I guess it was a victim who was getting high, but you didn't put the gun to the head and say, hey man, you're gonna get high today, baby.
Yeah.
You're gonna get right now, baby, you're gonna get this pistol.
Yeah.
No. You was coming to me like, man, let me get high today, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna sell you this pistol. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was different. So it was a victimless crime.
Yeah.
And Trump was like, no, it ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
So he said everybody who didn't have a violent crime or violence associated with the crime should be gone.
Mm-hmm.
John got a little brother, Gene, came and seen my friend Vic Novine, who got 7 life sentences. Said, man, you little John got it? Why they call you little John got it? You ain't killed nobody. My brother, I know, killed at least 15 people. They got it on record. And he
Yeah.
didn't get before 5. He got 45 years, John Gotti did. This
Yeah.
guy got 7 life consecutive sentences. He didn't even have no money to go to commissary.
Huh.
You understand? So
yeah.
some let those guys out. Now, everybody didn't get out. There's some guys in there now that still need to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody didn't get out. A lot of people did get out. I was one of the ones who got out.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, why? So why did you get out if some of the other ones who should have didn't?
I don't know. Maybe they didn't file the paperwork. Maybe they had a bad record in jail. Maybe, I mean, it's a lot of criteria. You might have had a terrible caseworker. My caseworker was horrible. I had to write up a lot of time. I should have been home. I said I hadn't had a shot that time in like about 6 years. And I'm mentoring the guys. I got all these programs. I mean, I had so many programs I couldn't even take anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You taking everything. Guess what they say? Well, you want to teach this class? Yeah, you gonna let me go home? Yeah, you gonna
So then how does all of this eventually turn into bad raps? Because like you said, you just got out a few years ago. All this what you have now going for you, you've built in just a couple of years, right? So, and
Right.
so far I haven't heard a goddamn thing about cooking.
Okay, what happened is
Well, but he didn't even get out and immediately start doing that. He got out, went to the halfway house.
I got out and went to the halfway house.
See?
So I was in the halfway house, and I'm gonna tell you something about COVID. Disclaimer, COVID disclaimer. I tell Amy, this is what you need. One Q-tip, dip it in vinegar on both sides, swab your nose, blow your nose, that's it. Do that every time you leave the house, every time you come in contact with somebody who's not in your circle, not been with you, have you not seen all day, and when you come home, that'll kill COVID. That ain't gonna work. Promise you. What happened, COVID is airborne, and it comes to your nose. Sometimes it comes to your mouth, but you have to have your mouth open when somebody calls, or you have to grab something and put a meat in your mouth when somebody calls.
Come on now.
And so that stopped. And I said that to say this. I was in the halfway house, and everybody called COVID but me. So I'm still trying to go home. I'm like, well, let me go home.
Yeah.
He said, well, no, you. Then when everybody got COVID, I wrote the region. I said, man, listen, everybody here has COVID. I have somewhere to stay. I was staying with my mother then. I was gonna move with my mother. I had somewhere to stay. Why am I still here? Are you trying to kill me? That's when everybody was dying by COVID.
Uh-huh.
They wrote back, said, get this man out of here. So they sent me home. Now I got my COVID business now, but I can't start my COVID business because I can't leave the house because I got a house arrest ban on.
Yeah.
But I got a job, so I go to work. I was doing a cleaning job for this guy named Tony. So what I was doing between cleaning job, when I supposed to work with Tony, I'd be spraying the buildings. But Tony got me out from this amount of time, this amount of time. I paid 25 cents a foot. So if a building is 100 square feet, that's $250.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I spray the whole building. My spray lasts up to 90 days, guaranteed. And it was doing great. But then kind of like everything just stopped. On the COVID stuff just stopped. And I said, well, shoot, I got to find something to do. So I made my grandkids something to eat. And they hated it, the bad rap. That's awful. We don't want this. This is awful.
That's what bad raps really means.
But then I let my neighbor taste it. He loved it. My neighbor has a place called the Southern Belle in the Mayor's Mansion and the Mighty Ducks. He's pretty well off to do, and he tasted, man, these are awesome. I said, yeah, I made them in jail. What no big thing. And I let another guy taste one. He said, man, I'm getting married next week. Can you make me something for my wedding? I said, yeah. So I made him something for the wedding. It was a big hit. He said, man, everybody at the wedding, like, who made them? Said, this guy make them over there. I'm selling $5 a wrap. He said, man, can they make something tomorrow? He said, I might not tomorrow, but we can make something Wednesday because I couldn't get to the store.
Mm.
So, man, I started doing it one day a week. I'm making 50 wraps at a time for people. And the people that start coming to the house. I'm laying on my mama's floor now. I'm on my mother's floor. But I'm selling wraps. Now I'm still going to work for the guy Tony.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing good. So business started booming. Now I need somewhere to cook. Because now all the food I got is in my mother's kitchen, which is okay, but they don't have nothing to eat. And they're not trying to eat bad wraps every day. You know, I got a refrigerator full of bad wraps, a freezer full of, and I was looking online for a truck. And man, trucks are really expensive. I'm talking about super expensive. Like, man, the truck that, and so happened I called a, and there was so many scams too. Like, well, you send me $1,000, I hold the truck for you. We can, and I can't leave the house because if I leave the house, I got the band on. I got to be going to work. And so it's kind of hard, and you can't trust nobody to go take your money because they're gonna get anything they want to get.
No kidding.
I met a guy online. He was a fair guy, and Tony took me out there. The guy who I was working for took me to get the truck. I bought the truck cash money, and I put it in front of my mama's house, and I started cooking off the truck.
Because you're still on the property, so that for as far as your house arrest goes, you're not breaking anything by parking in front of the
I'm
house.
not leaving. I'm leaving.
Smart.
So I'm still straight. So I'm good. So now it's like I'm making money and I'm at home. I'm good.
Nice.
Yeah. So mom was like, she was cool with that because I'm out of house and it's good. I'm out of refrigerator. That's even better. Now it's more traffic coming over there. Now she got to get some rest.
Well, because she's still sick at this point, though, right?
Yeah. She's like, man, wait, you too many people coming over here, and then they coming all day. The bad rap's booming. And one of the guys who ate the bad rap, who I was locked up with, I helped him out. I cut hair also, so I was cutting his hair one day. He said, man, give me a couple of wraps, I'm taking down to work, man. Let them girls try them at work. I said, man, you can buy some wraps. So I gave them to him. Make a long story short, he took them down there, and somebody in the urban league tasted. I said, what is this? I said, can you bring some more? Yeah, bring us 25. What? So I'm like, man, you my man. I'll break 25. And what they gave him to the guy who owned this place here named Mike. And what they had a proof, they called a proof incubator. Now, when I first heard the incubator, and when I first heard the urban lead always helped women. I know I'm kind of jumping over there, but I get excited.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
And so that's what I know the urban lead for, helping women. Because like some guys, some girls in my neighborhood got helped by the urban league when we were young. They're doing great now.
Not to mention they're directly across the street.
Yeah. They wasn't in, it was down the street at the boys club. Yeah. So I'm like, man, I'm not gonna deal with urban league. They help women. Said, no, she want to talk to you, man. I said, well, tell her come talk to me. Would you buy some wraps? I don't know everything I need to know. So she came and talked to me. She said, well, we got a thing with the proof called the incubator. I said, look at it, they trying to help some women talking about they want me to make a baby. But I don't know what an incubator is.
They should have called it a commissary kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah, but they said incubator. I'm like, man, I'm through with children. I'm through with kids. He said, what are you talking about? I said, yo, I'm putting an incubator for children. I said, no, incubator is where you cook the food. I said, I got a food truck. I said, no, we'll teach you how to cook the food. I mean, everybody like you, right? We ain't gonna teach me. I went to the class. Lo and behold, man, I learned so much stuff in the class that it was ridiculous. Now, I got safe serving in jail, but just learning the other stuff that I learned, even for the business stuff, it was amazing to me. And all these guys was food professionals.
Wait, you did the proof incubator class?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I never knew that.
I did that when I was on house arrest.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so it was amazing to me to say, man, these guys know all this stuff.
That's why we were like, how did he know Mike to even come over here? But I didn't know that.
Yeah. I met him from the Western Ham. He said, well, come down there one day and do a pop-up. So I came down to pop-up, and now you got all my
I remember that though, because Neutral Ground was still here and you were in Kenyatta's kitchen.
Right.
I remember that.
Yeah, all my clients was urban clients, my guys, the people I grew up with.
Yeah.
And then one or two stragglers. So now I got a whole different professional clientele. Now the guys who build urban league is TU Parks. They're big construction coming out here. But I work for Tony to clean up. So when the guy who built their building seen me, he say, man, what are you doing? Clean it up? I said, no, I got food. You cook food? Man, you be cleaning the toilets, bro. You don't cook no food. I said, man, I cook food, bro. So he tasted. He said, "Man, these are really good, man. I'm gonna tell my dad." So then I get a contract at TU. So it just been blowing. So I'm like, well, I got a food truck, but I don't have a truck to pull it. And Urban Lee said, well, we got grants for that. She's gonna give me a grant. She said, no, we can't give you a grant. You got to fill out a grant and see if it's approved. See, I didn't know about the grant writing process. I wrote it 3 times, and in 3 times I got the big 0.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was online trying to see what this do and so what that do, and it's a lot of information online when you don't know where to look.
Yeah.
It's a lot of information, man. It was so much information your head be spinning. Like,
Yeah, a friend of mine that makes music, there's been stuff I've helped him look for to try to find different grants to help with stuff over the past couple of years. And that's exactly how we feel too. There's a lot of information, but you don't know where to look. And everything says something different, so you don't know what to go with.
Right. So when I seen that, I was like, man, so I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do it myself. So I went and did it myself, and guess what? I get the loan.
Mm.
So now I got the loan. I got $5,000 loan from the Urban League. I got to buy a truck. Well, every truck that I see costs $18,000. What? So I'm looking for a truck, and then they say, okay, now you got to spend the money. You got to show what you're spending on.
Mm-hmm.
I had 3 weeks to spend the money. I was gonna have to get the money back because I couldn't find the truck. I didn't want to buy anything to give it away, right?
Oh shit!
And get a bad truck. I ended up finding the truck for $4,300, and man, it was amazing. Nice red truck, man. Pulled the wagon around and everything.
The one you have now?
Yeah, the PO let me get it.
Huh.
It worked for 2 months.
Oh.
Oh, bro, no, that shit died the first day you came to Brew.
Yeah, the truck went out.
Oh.
Yes.
So now I got the same problem again. Now I'm off house arrest. My mama don't want everybody at the house no more. Say no, we ain't gonna do that no more, son.
Oh.
I'm looking for
Well,
a
it's
trend.
been a minute though. You had been at her house for like a year, right?
Right. When I first came home, but I slept on the floor. Remember?
Right.
And she said, and Mike said, man, you come down here. I said, yeah, man, I'd like to come out, but I ain't got no truck. He said, yeah, that's cool. Just come down here. I'm like, man, this man ain't listening to me. I said, yeah, I want to come. I don't have a truck. Yeah, just come on down here.
Mike Robinson.
Yeah, he said, come down here. I'm like, man, this man said he must can't understand me, like, because nobody understand what I'm saying, Amy included. So I'm like,
it's not true.
I said, Mike, I do not have a truck. He said, Bryan, I do not care.
I have a restaurant.
I have a restaurant. And it dawned on me. Oh, you talking about working here? I'm like, man, I knew that. But I didn't know that. I think you're talking about bring the truck down here.
Right.
So I've been here for like almost 6 months now, 5.5 months. And it's been going good since I've been here. I've been on 3 talk shows, 2 radio stations. I got the magazine. I've been on newspaper free time, and now I'm on your show.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's coming around.
This
is coming around. I still have no help. Nobody wants to work, but I think that's everywhere.
It's true,
do you have McDonald's in Canada?
Oh yeah.
It's something going on in America. It might not be going on up there, but it might be going on. It's going on down here. When's the last time you got some ice cream out of McDonald's?
For a long time.
No
I haven't
such
been to
thing because
McDonald's
it
for a long
doesn't
time.
work.
Yeah, I've heard though the machine doesn't work.
Right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
So I thought that too. But what happened? I know how to fix the machine. Mm-hmm. So they work. They don't have nobody to clean the machine, so they don't even just do it. And it's real serious about the cleaning the machine because if you don't know, you can get a disease called listeria from them not cleaning the ice cream machines out. So maybe it's good that we don't get the ice cream because there ain't nobody cleaning them. You're gonna be sick.
It is like that here though, because like freaking the other day, my dad was at Walmart and he was looking for a cart on his way in, and he asked one of the employees, "Where did you move the carts or something?" They're all out in the parking lot in like the cart bay thing because they don't have enough employees to have somebody bring the carts inside. So the carts just stay wherever they are now, and you got to go find one yourself.
Go find them. Yep.
Yeah. It's like that here. Everywhere's understaffed.
I cried a lot about not having nobody work with me, but I'm like, nobody works for nobody.
You've been, I mean, you've been through what, at least 5 people since you've been there?
Yep. And then not Amy, but Dee told me some other day, said, man, because they were crying about the pay. He said, man, you pay a good, but you shouldn't pay as much as you pay because they don't work that time. You know, I work from 8 to 8 because I got to be here because it's my business.
Yeah.
But if somebody worked for me for 5 hours a day, 4 days a week, that should be 20 hours. But they really made me work 3 hours for the whole 20.
Because
but I'm still paying.
Yeah.
And that's not my bottom line.
Yeah.
Right.
And is it a problem too with people you have hired where they don't show up for shifts or shit like that? Because I know that's a problem here. People.
Well, it's not but one shift, and we just had that on with Shannon. Yeah, she hadn't showed up for like three weeks. But it don't be that. It's when they do show up, it's like something.
See, look, now
Something's always more important in your business.
Right.
It's like, oh man, I got to go pick my daughter up. Man, my girl tripping. I'm like,
fuck.
Oh, okay, but girl, you work right here.
Yeah. So, but Bryan,
I said, no, you straight. One guy came down here and talked to another guy about Smokey Robinson selling his soul to the devil and being part of Illuminati. And I got a 20 wrap order. And I'm like, I'm looking at him. He got his feet laid back on the couch. He talking loud. And I'm like, man, what do you cook? Oh, man, I cook everything. I cook macaroni cheese or chicken, or not chicken, but macaroni cheese, oxtail sauce. I said, all that. I said, well, man, I don't cook none of that. So I don't see why I ain't need you. Because you didn't say you cook fries, you cook wraps, or you cook pie. You didn't say none of that. So you overqualified for this job. Let me go and pay you now. Yeah, let me go and pay you now.
You know what though? I gotta be honest. Like one of the things is it's true. It's really hard to hire people. Like we've been having problems for years as well. It is difficult. However, Bryan is also Mr. Bleeding Heart, who's gonna hire the people that don't have a car and need the job and don't have a ride, and can't work the hour, and like he's too nice. He's too nice. So then he gets these people that can't show up, don't respect his time because he's too nice to them.
Yep. And that's what D told me, and I like, D, you right. You right, D, because she right.
Right. I know. That's why we don't have any employees, Bryan.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard, say, well, I work. Then in the same breath to say, okay, well, you come pick me up at 8 o'clock, I'll be there at 8 o'clock. Wait a minute. You want me to come pick you up at 8 o'clock for you to work for me to pay you, then take you home, my gas, my time, and then pay you? I said, okay. One of us crazy. Right?
What aside from trying to find good help, which is hard to do these days, what do you have certain like goals or benchmarks set in for the future of it, how big you want to build it, or right now you just let it
well, my thing is this. You got to realize too, I still have the truck. Some kind of way my daughter called me, and your volume is real down, but it's probably just the phone. So I'll probably have to hold it to my ear. Yeah, but see, my thing is, I have the truck.
Right.
Do you realize, well, if somebody is to take my truck out at least 2 times a week for a month and do that consistently for 3 months, I don't have just a restaurant. I have a franchise. It's that simple.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then the franchise I can sell. Because like I said, I don't want to be in sales all my life. Like you said, I don't want to do it all my life. I don't. I mean, I like the money. I like the kids say, hey, they're the bag rap guy. Love it. But what I want to do, I would like to patent these, patent my sauce, and put these in the store.
Yeah.
That's thinking big, but yeah, because like I might be 40 years old in 10 more years, right? So I'm not gonna be able to cook wraps and at this level and do it by myself all the time. It's impossible.
Have you been working on your Shark Tank pitch for when the day comes?
Oh yeah. But I mean,
Jason, hold up. This man is a walking pitch. Like, you don't understand. This is a small snippet of a little recorded podcast. The dude just walks around pitching. That's all it is.
Yeah. I got fried. Listen, my motto is here. If you don't like my food, you do not pay for it.
That's true.
That's
Who does
fair.
that?
No
Yeah,
shit.
who does it?
Nobody.
And I
Nobody.
tell them my food come with two things: a warranty and a disclaimer. My food is mildly addicted. If you eat this stuff, you will be addicted. I got guys calling me like, "Man, you open today? Man, it's Wednesday. Oh, it is Wednesday. I'll be there in the morning." Okay.
So funny.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. Not having a big head, but I've been in business for about 2 years now. 2 years ago, Google it. You won't see no fast food restaurants selling wraps, fried wraps. Now McDonald's do it, Taco Bell do it, and there's another restaurant in town that does it.
Who?
They wasn't selling fried wraps.
Who's
I
the
don't
one
know
in
if I'm
town?
the innovator, but they're doing it now.
I said, who's the one in town doing it?
McDonald's doing it. Not McDonald's, but Kentucky Fried Chicken doing it at 2 for $5.
Oh. Oh,
Fried
wow.
chicken wrap, and it's Taco Bell. It's Taco Bell. There's two restaurants in town now doing fried wraps, and the third one is thinking about it.
Didn't Little
Yeah.
Mamas do something like that?
If she did, I don't know, because she sold her restaurant for $1 million.
Did she?
Yeah.
When?
When she sold it, the one who has Little Mama right now is the one who bought it.
But how long ago did that happen?
Maybe like about 2 months before I got here.
Oh, that makes so much sense. They used to come to Proof to make their bacon. That's how we know about them. Yeah, and then like that's about when they stopped coming.
Yep. Somebody
I
bought it.
didn't know that. That's okay.
So and I know, and some people have came to me about buying it, and some people have came to me about wanting to invest, and it's good. But sometimes when you let people invest, they lose your vision, because I want bad raps to be as bad raps as you said what I want for the future. I want to sell in the store, but I want to be a haven, because I want to get in politics. So I want to be a haven for people with bad raps, not just a guy who went to jail, but like you can have a bad rap. Your medicine might be too high. You might have had a bad breakup with an old lady. You know, that's a bad rap. So I want to be that go-to guy with the bad, for you have a bad rap to come and say, man, look, sit on down, let's talk about it, man, and go.
And you want to stay here and do that, or is there somewhere
That's
else?
what I was just gonna say. How do you do that?
But I can't move till I'm off paper. So I mean, all this is pipe dreams till I'm off paper. But what I want to do, it's a segment in society that's being taxation without representation. Remember, that's how this whole country started, of America. I don't know how the thing fell in Canada, but in America, it failed taxation without representation. They got mad, did the Boston Tea Party, the whole nine. Now you got a whole segment of people in America that's being taxed, and nobody's speaking for them people. And that's me. I'm one of those people, not black people specifically, but people who've been incarcerated. See, we still got to come out and do the same, pay the same bills, the same taxes, go through the same hoops, and nobody speaks for us. They speak for the homeless. They speak for the battered women. They speak for the insane, the old people, all this, but nobody speaks for directly and to the incarcerated people. And when I came home, man, it was terrible for me when I came home, for sleeping, funding, medical, dental, it's a lot. The whole gambit that you take for granted, because you didn't have to start your life from scratch.
That's what I was gonna say. You're starting at zero, right?
Literally.
Yeah. So now you know, and it's hard, because the first thing they give you, if you open up a bank account, they give you old dumb debit card, and you think, oh man, it's straight. You got a debit card, but you got $1,000. You spend stuff, you paid the stuff for $1,000, and you be feeling good, but you just wasted $1,000. The stuff you bought, you probably needed, but you could have did the same $1,000 and got a secure credit card and paid the $1,000 because you got the money to pay it, and now your credit would have went up. You understand what I'm saying? So I think debit card is the worst thing you can ever have. People come out of jail, that's what I would tell them. But see, they didn't tell me that. They told me to get a debit card and you can pay your bills. You don't have to worry about carrying cash. Somebody hit upside the head. I'm 400 pounds. Nobody gonna hit me upside the head. But I got the debit card. And I spent like maybe thousands on a debit card when those thousands could have been actually on my credit card, and my credit would have went up, my limit would have went up, and I could have purchased more stuff more easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I could have got an apartment. I just got an apartment like a year ago. I just signed my year lease about a month and a half ago. So a year and 2 months ago, I was sleeping on the floor
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
from being in prison. And I could have bought a bed in my mother's house, but I refused to buy a bed because, like, I'm not gonna get comfortable over there. I don't want no females over there. I
Yeah.
got to have my own spot. I'm
Well,
I
tired of
happy.
sharing
mean, I'm
bathrooms.
sure. I'm sure she's glad, you know, to have her space too.
Yeah, she glad, but you know, she really wanted me home too, you know, because I've been going all her life.
Right.
You know, I'm her baby, and I'm the baby.
Are
But
you?
you know, at one time you got to say, hey, I'm tired of sharing toilets, man. I've been sharing toilets with time. You know,
Now look,
hate it.
did you cook? Did she ever cook for you, or did you cook for her the whole time you were there?
My mother?
Yeah.
Oh, she cooked for me when I came home. Yeah, she cooked for me. I cook also.
I know, but I'm saying
Yeah.
I didn't know if she cooked or not.
Oh yeah, almost definitely. My first meal was oxtails, macaroni and cheese, marinated vegetables, white beans, and cheesecake with
Huh.
lemonade. Yeah, that's right. And I had Tabasco hot sauce. I did.
Ew.
Yep.
He even makes dessert wraps too.
Oh yeah, they love them. Did you see the guy? The old guy came in the other day. He said, "Man, listen, my grandmother been dead for 45 years. I haven't tasted something like this since my grandmother died." He gave me the whole story.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, the guy that had a pretty dog. He had a Pekingese, a Labradoodle, and a toy poodle, all mixed. Beautiful
With him?
dog. Yeah,
Oh,
beautiful dog.
I don't think I was there.
Yeah, it was
Oh, out in the
yesterday.
car. Out in the car.
It was yesterday. Not
What?
yesterday. Yeah, yesterday.
I don't
Yeah,
know. You talking to somebody who does not know what day it is.
yeah. It was yesterday. So yeah, it was great. So yeah, so they come through, man, and things happen. Like I got a big party tomorrow. Some ladies coming tomorrow. Then I got a big party Saturday. So yeah.
So if somebody fell in your lap tomorrow and was like, here's a winning Powerball ticket, you know, do you still go, hey, I want to do this and it's my thing, put my name on it, franchise it, maybe move, do whatever? Or like if you have unlimited funds, do you say fuck a rap, I'm out?
No. I wouldn't quit because, like I said, this is my daughter's business. Although they don't do nothing, I mean, I talk bad, whatever. But you know, my best years behind me. I got more behind me than
Sure.
I mean, more behind me than I do in front of me. Not to say I'm gonna die tomorrow, but you know, this and there. I just hope I want them to get on the same page where they can learn how to do it and fix it in case, you know, it comes to that you got to do it.
You can't
But
make
no,
them
but if
want to.
somebody come, but I want a legacy, not just, you know, like I'm trying to do something with the urban league now. I want to be a safe space. And like I said, I really want to get in politics because I want to speak to somebody who's not being spoke for. Let me show you. Say it's 15,000 people just in Tennessee that's arrested, right?
Mhm.
I got 10 people in my family I know fool with me. I'm pretty sure somebody got 10 people fool with them.
Mhm.
Just based off the rule of 10 and the 15,000, that's 1.5 million voters that I have is going to vote for me just because I'm doing something for their family members who've been incarcerated. That's a big
Mhm.
voting block.
Yeah, no
Mhm.
shit. Have you done any work yet or been connecting with people who do that kind of work
Yeah,
to
I'm
start
doing that
getting
now. I got a little prison group that comes down here now, and I just spoke to some kids from Macaulay, a private school, and guess
okay.
what, man?
Mm.
They paid me for it.
Oh
Oh yeah.
shit.
Listen,
He
man,
didn't
that's
even know it. He
that's
didn't
me,
even know
Professor.
it at first though, bro. He did it and came back and then they emailed him and he was like, I'm floating.
Yeah,
It was so cute.
and they said they're gonna try to put a curriculum in the school where they come down here and let me speak to them.
That's
Mhm.
awesome.
Man, what?
Right.
I said,
Yeah,
who
and
knew
then
going to do all this?
no,
I don't
and
want to
wait,
go to
you
jail
gotta
no
tell
more.
him, you gotta explain to him what Macaulay is though. Like he don't know what that
Oh,
is.
Macaulay is a private school that's listen. If you come in this town and you doing anything in this town, you probably gonna be dealing with alumni from Macaulay or Baylor.
Oh, okay.
They're that entrenched in this city, and it's a private school. I tell you, it costs $35,000 a semester. to go to school there.
Ooh,
Yeah, for high school to live on campus.
what the fuck?
Yeah, and you're not living on campus because you know you're going home.
Well, some of the out of town kids do live out there, but
Wow.
A month.
That's fucking nuts.
A month, bro.
Holy
That's years. That's a year's wage, bro.
right. More,
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. So that's the
Holy
kind. That's
shit.
the kind. I mean, but they turn out some quality people. I mean, it pays to play. It really does. I mean, you don't think so because like public school was a good school for me, but I went to jail. But the Macaulay kids go to jail, they like probably go to probation or drug court, opposed to a guy with a city school going straight to prison.
Yeah.
They get the Martha Stewart treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that. That happens.
Right.
All right, Brian, before we let you get out of here, is there anything that you wanted to say or get out there or mention before we wrap this up?
Man, listen, I don't know if y'all know this, not, but this bad rap, man. I was incarcerated 33 years ago. I just went international.
Look. Oh, you know what? One of his employees now lives in a former employee.
That's right. One of my employees, probably one of the best employees. I mean, she was a really good girl. Nancy, she's from Ghana. She stays in Canada. But I am global now.
Right.
In Canada.
What
part of Canada we in?
He's in Toronto.
Yeah, near Toronto.
Okay, I'm in Toronto. So when the next time the Raptors eat, somebody from the Raptors should be eating a bad rap.
Okay.
Wait, you gotta have something in there with your logo on it. You gotta hold something up.
Oh yeah, I got this. I don't know if you can see it or not. Hold on. See that logo there?
Perfect.
Bad rap incarcerated. Now I'm gonna show you how it went. They gave me a bad rap. You see how bad is spelled?
Yeah.
Capital B, small a, small d.
Yeah.
Where the raps is look at it.
Yeah.
It's small s, capital R, capital A, capital P, small s.
Yeah.
They gave me a bad rap. Now I'm feeling bad raps.
I didn't think that was as clever as the Incarcerated.
It's the incarcerated, not incorporated.
Yeah.
Right. That's my favorite part.
Major delicious. That's what they look like right there.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
And they can reach me at Bad Raps Inc. Incarcerated and Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
Oh, you snap?
You can call me at 423-888-2034. That's my private number, my personal number, that's everything number.
Please don't, because that phone never shuts up ever.
Let them call me. They might want to come down and bad rap. They might want to come down and meet me. They might want to put a bad rap franchise in Toronto.
There you go. That's what we need to get one here so I can fucking eat them.
What? Can you imagine if the Raptors say, man, we eat only bad raps? What?
I mean, that's a good connect there. Rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit, eh?
Right?
Hey, listen. Why all the
look, I can see the wheels turning right now.
Why all the dating people say, hey?
Why do I don't know.
Yeah, because I met the girl say, I'm going, her name was Karen.
Yeah.
But she spelled it like Kyrn.
What the fuck? What's with these people you know? Beige with a Z? Whatever.
Beige, but Beige is nice. She's a real nice girl. She didn't go to jail because she got a ticket. And she said she didn't want to pay the ticket. And she was kind of upset about the ticket. Because down here, I don't know, they got speed traps up there, but down here they go like 70, 40, 50, 35, 60.
Yeah.
Within a 2 feet stand. How can you do that? Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know why we would say A. What are some other ones, Amy? Sorry.
Dude, oh well, yes, he says sorry. He says a boot. He says, hey, Brian, what's the game? What's the Nintendo game? Who and Luigi?
We?
No, like the I mean, I don't want to say it. Super what brothers?
Oh, Super Mario.
Luigi? Okay, so how you say that, Jason?
Super Mario.
Mario.
Yeah, you gotta come down south. You gotta come down south, man.
What about this one? Pasta.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh no, horrible.
that drives me crazy.
Pasta.
Yeah, it's horrible. You sound Italian.
What's a what was another one?
We say
Amy?
that you sound Italian.
What else he says?
Yeah, listen,
Abuse.
man, I wish this phone. See, my daughter called. When she called, it knocked the volume down. I don't know how to get it back up.
Can
Oh,
you
shit.
on the right hand side?
But
the-
But I put it on the right hand side. It's all the way up, but it's like
we're
she's still
gonna
on the phone.
we'll
Huh?
wrap up here now anyway. But so you won't have to worry about that. Just want you
Okay.
got everything out there. Your phone number. So that might blow up once this is posted. You might have to get a new number.
Well, they can call me. They can call me. Yeah, man. Tell them to come out and get some of these wraps.
Right.
Tell them to come in. Ask do they want to buy into the franchise. Come and work, man. Get this grain from the ground up. But listen,
You know what? You need to keep your eyes on the airport. That's a little bitty ass airport, and if you could get a little kiosk or a little, something in there.
I got to get. But see, only thing about it is I'm gonna be me, Amy. I got to get out there in the airport to make them. Now I'll do that.
Well,
But listen, I will say this. I really want to be an advocate for people like me, not just the jail people, but especially for the jail people, because nobody speak for us.
Yeah.
So if somebody got some plans or some help like that, I want to come and do some things. Cause like we a second class citizen, and if you're black, you second class and black. If you're Latino, you second class and Latino. If you're Asian, you second class and Latino. If you're white, you second class and white, cause you in prison.
Yeah.
And you kind of have stigmas of different crimes, and I got a phobia with that right now because I know how I feel about doing something with children. But I know some people were sick, they got some chemical imbalances, and they got to get fixed. Not that I got to be sick with them, but I can't say protect one side of criminals and not another side. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we all trying to get back into society because that's the main thing. And if you're gonna be helpful to society, yeah. But if you're gonna be with that foolishness, you can stay where you are, because it's crazy that if a dog bites you, you put the dog to sleep. But if I mess with a kid, I can live.
Yeah, no shit. All right,
It
Bryan.
might be the same, and somebody might be the same way for drug dealers. You give a girl some drugs, guy some drugs, especially these drugs these days. So I get it. I'm not trying to throw no shame or whatever.
Yeah.
But I know we need some help.
Yeah.
So sometimes if you're in a restaurant and you see a guy hovering over his food, looking like he guarding it, just know you've been in jail and say, hey, man, welcome home, man. Let me buy you a beer.
That's right.
All right, Bryan.
Yep.
Thanks a lot for your time, man. I really appreciate it. This was super interesting. Hopefully, I get down there sometime to try one of those.
Yeah, the baddest brand in the land, man. Lord gonna lead you, bad rap gonna feed you.
And you have to come back on next time that we can be there together. We'll have to do this again. And
Okay, yeah, because I want to learn how to work this computer, Amy, because I know I'm doing. As soon as the phone hang up, it's gonna come right back up.
Right.
All right, brother.
All right, well, thank you, Jason. Nice meeting you, man. I don't know what you look like, so I'm gonna say you the gold guy. I seen a picture of a gold medal.
Great.
Okay, Amy, I'll catch you tomorrow.
Thanks, brother. Bad raps.
All right, so
Bryan
long.
Slayton, Amy Barton. I'm Jay Kelly. We
All
are out.
right.
Peace.